Hello, my horde. Labby Dragon coming at you from the bedroom floor. So if you follow me on Twitter, you do know that the reason that I had a skipped week of content is because my hard drive died. Like, dead as a doornail when I took it into the guys where I work. Because I work at an office supply store and we do computer repair, whatever. I took it into the guys and they were like, okay, well, we'll try to get any data off this if we can. And he came back and he was like, nah, you killed this dead as a doornail. There's nothing. You're not getting that back. Which luckily I really didn't lose that much because I'm actually already mostly working out of externals. So I just bought like a 250 gigabyte solid state, and that is in my computer now, and my nice little laptop is working again, and I was able to finally post that Let's Read with Labby Dragon on Halloween, which, let's say I was gonna post that a half week before Halloween, and then the computer breaking just meant I posted it exactly on Halloween. So that's the first time I've ever timed something out exactly perfectly for an entire year late, because that book did come out an entire year ago. Anyway, a lot of why that replacement didn't happen immediately was because I was working for that entire week at my other job, my theater job, and so I didn't have time to like go have it looked at and do all that nonsense. But on Tuesday I did finally. Tuesday? It was only Tuesday? That seems like, it seems like forever ago, but it was not even a whole week ago. But anyway, why am I doing this vlog on the floor in front of this? This is why I'm talking here. Because I have no content lined up because I was also incredibly busy that week, and since my computer didn't even work, I didn't even work on content for the channel, which, you know, is probably a shame, but also I had a lot of things going on, so that's what happened. But last night I did a thing which is the real topic of today's vlog, crafting in small spaces. Last night, yes, this happened last night. Last night I realized that storage, like craft storage stuff, was half off at Michael's, and this usually $139 piece of nonsense was down to $69.99. For some reason in store the sign only said $79.99. So I pulled up the website for them at the register. I'd never actually had to use like a price match policy at Michael's or anything before, but it was like, I mean, I came in because it was $10. It's $10 cheaper online than it is in your store. Do you match that? And they do. They absolutely will match their online price if it's different on the exact same colored product. Has to be like the same product in the same color, is what they told me. And they did match it, so I did get the extra 10 off from the store sale price. But yeah, so I still spent $70 last night. But previously, and I believe I have a shot of this in some previous footage that I will try to insert here. That's what I used to have, that plastic storage drawer thing, like the ones you find in Walmart all the time and stuff, and I've had that since college. It went back and forth with me to college. The top had started to sag in. There was one of the pieces down towards the bottom on the frame was broken. It was not organized very well inside of it, and I kept trying and kept trying, and I wasn't liking the way it was being able to be organized with the stuff that I had in it, and I've been dying to replace it, and the Cricut has just been sitting on the desk out there, but I I realized if I could move it onto a cart like this, not only would it be mobile, so it can move, because this is on wheels. I have to pull this out to use it so that it doesn't, so that the mats, you know, don't get hit on the wall and stuff. But that I have that option, that I'm able to move this around, but that it does tuck back out of the way, relatively tucked out of the way. And the space on the desk, I can put my laptop there instead of sitting on the couch and crunching over onto... We've been talking about it for a while, my husband and I, the fact that I usually do all of my work sitting on the couch with the laptop on the coffee table, and that just has me slouching around like this. But I bought myself an office chair, like a nice pink rolly chair, but then like don't use it that much because there's nowhere to put the laptop up. So the laptop is going to live on the desk now. And this is going to live in here, and that should work out. And this thing has... I have been able to organize this in such a way that everything that is Cricut specific, most of my scrapbooking stuff is actually still over there on one of the shelves behind where the camera is right now. But everything that is a Cricut accessory or a vinyl, or vinyl cutting material is in here. And then this is my like box of, I finally outgrew my single box of vinyl. So there's the box that's all the stuff that's cut up. There's this tray that's everything that's not cut yet. And I'm gonna get a little closer and like show you what's in all these drawers. But yeah, and everything that's a Happy Planner accessory and stickers and stuff. This is all Happy Planner, slash other scrapbooking, but Happy Planner stuff. And there's like paper punches, and the sticker box isn't in here right now, but the sticker box goes down here. So yeah, I'm gonna go behind the camera, and I'm just gonna give you like a quick look at like what's in all of these. A lot of it is what was in the like dilapidated plastic thing. Not that this isn't, this is plastic too, but it's got a metal frame at least, you know? But a lot of it is what was in that, and some of it has been shuffled around. But overall, like this is actually helping a lot in this tiny apartment with trying to manage my craft nonsense and also like being in a livable space. Okay, so something you couldn't see from the angle we were at, I actually have stored on the top of the cart as well. This laminator I just bought and haven't used yet. We're gonna use that soon, don't worry. We are actually gonna use that in a video, I promise. But I gotta learn to use it first. And some glue bottles stuck back there, because they were all out on the desk before. Cricut, yay! I still need to make a cover for this. And down here we have, this is stuff that was hanging out on top of the old drawer unit anyway. And I have just slotted it in here just because that's a convenient place to put it. This is sort of a box of junk. It's like there's the box for my like Lego Elves dragon, because there's like extra pieces that are in there, and I just kept the whole box instead of just the extra pieces. There's like a bunch of like random toys in that box down there too. So there's really just a bunch of random stuff in there. Unfortunately, not everything is perfectly organized yet in my life. I'm trying so hard though. And I already told you these are Happy Planner and vinyl stuff. And in these large drawers on the right side here, I have, and this was, actually this had just been hanging out. This is a marker roll. I made this roll and shoved all these markers in it. And it turned out really quite thick. It didn't turn out quite as nicely as I thought it might. And there goes one falling out.
But yeah, it turned out to be this like big thick roll that still has trouble going anywhere. But it's still more organized than it was because I just had them all rubber banded together. So basically the same thing, but less pretty. And now it's got pretty flamingos all over it. So there's that, as far as that goes. But this was originally actually just hanging out over there on that unit, just stuffed in there, and that was just stuffed in like on top of where the paint box is. But the rest of this was actually in that drawer unit that was here previously, and this is just a bunch of like random art stuff, like sketch pencils and oil pastels and some really quite random stencils and whatnot, and some inks actually that I've had since college. And I don't even know if these are really like still good, and I've never really come up with a project for them. Oh wow, the camera is not focusing. Do I have autofocus up? There it is. Yeah. But just some inks. I've got this nice turquoisey color. I don't know, does this have like an expiration date? I really genuinely don't know. I have this nice turquoisey color though, and I also have this like iridescent blue ink, and I just haven't I used them like twice in college and haven't really come up with a lot of ways to use them since, and I really should, especially since they still seem really liquidy. They still seem really good, so I should find a way to use those. But yeah, that's my cat just got in the window. That's what that sudden burst of sunlight is. But yeah, that all just fits. And then down here, this was again something that just came out of the drawers that were here previously, so really I just didn't know where else to put them. But this is actually, it's hot glue, and it's some silicone and glue and stuff that I had from when I was like really trying to get into Decoden, but that like never really panned out. And then way underneath there is like all of my resin supplies and a bunch of like silicone molds that I've used on resin projects, so they can't go back into the kitchen mold, because you don't want to cross use those, because you can't use stuff you used resin with to then cook. So those have to stay separated. And then over here, it was going to be really specific, but I ended up dumping a lot of extra stuff in here just because I had no place for it. There's some laminating pouches in here, and some cardstock that doesn't go in my scrapbooking area right now because all of my scrapbooking containers are totally full and they don't fit. Originally I wanted this drawer just to be for my plastic canvases, because originally these plastic canvases were, and we're going to take a quick little journey, were in this drawer right here. Actually not that one, they were in this one. But the larger pieces were getting like kind of folded up, but they're actually able to lay flat in that drawer because that drawer is about 13 by 13. And this drawer I think is like 11 or 12 by, you know, a similar, it's not exactly square, but a similar thing. And everything that is in here is actually random nonsense that was in the plastic drawer unit, the other plastic drawer unit, because this is also a plastic drawer unit. But yeah, like I just have, because I just have this basket full of old pencils, because I have this broken Pikachu pencil, I have like a Bulbasaur pencil, I've had these since elementary school, so it just seems like a shame to like not keep them. There's like some Little Mermaid pencils in there, Yeah, Little Mermaid. Oh, there's a Hercules pencil. Like, that'll date real fast. There's like another Pikachu pencil. I have this pencil that has a flute on it. Try to get that on camera pretty good there. But because I play flute. But yeah, I've had the half of these forever. There's some pens. There's like this pen from Girl Scouts. Take it to the top was the theme of one of the like cookie things one year. And so I just have this like small pencil and pen collection, which is a trait I picked up from my father. My father has a much bigger pen collection than I do. And then, like, really honestly, like, some little office supply-y stuff, but also just, like, completely random stuff, like crayons and whatever these are called. Q-tips. Like, so I just, all of that fit in there so that the plastic canvases could lay flat. And while we're over here, there were actually a bunch of sketchbooks. Gotta love my Monster High composition book that I legitimately used in college and took notes from Q&As with actual famous people in here, and also my class notes. But like there were some like sketch pads and stuff that were in that old unit that I got rid of, and I moved those over into here. And I moved what was in there was my punches, my paper punches and stuff, and those actually have moved into this thing. But we'll get to those in a second. And then, oh look, it came out of... That came out of the track already. Alright, give me 1 second. Yeah, this top drawer and this second drawer don't like me very well, because the top drawer, I believe, is actually hitting the, there's a plug for the TV right behind this thing, and I believe the back of it is hitting that, but also I have slightly overstuffed this second drawer here, insofar as this contact paper, which I have used as stencil paper, is squished up on the bottom there, so it's causing issues. But I have in here, I have masking tape that I use to stick particularly thick materials down to the strong grip mat when I cut them. I have some extra blades in here because I need to, I do need to replace my Cricut blade. And the USB so that the Cricut can be USB connected, and some full rolls, full rolls of vinyl that have not yet been used. A couple of iron-on and a couple of stick-ons. Yeah, because they don't all fit in there anymore. Womp womp. But that'll probably progressively get messy as I probably shove scraps and whatnot into it too. Then down here, also from that original unit that was here, are my beads. And this is all just beads. Mostly seed beads. As you can see, I got some dice beads that I had a plan for and then never did that plan. And then some like little glow-in-the-dark pony beads that are in these those Shopkin jars. Oh, that is actually can tabs. That's where I'm keeping my can tabs, apparently. Because I have a collection of fun-colored can tabs. Because I just can't... I got a problem. I have a hoarding problem, for sure. But those are those, the Shopkins, like Shopkins Food Fair jars or whatever. It's got the little Shopkins logo. Nope, you can't see that. But it is on there. And that's what I've been doing with those. I've been using them for, like, bead sorters. And then we finally get down to the other Cricut accessories and punches. I've got my little, what is this, recollections or we are memory makers punch board with, I recently got to try to keep these all together and stuff. this, which I was hoping would fit also the regular punches, but for now it just has just the arc punches in it, and I need to get a second one for these, for the regular hole punches. But, so they're not all like, because they were all in that other drawer and just like rattling around all the time, and I was just like, nah, this needs to be under control. And I've got a little heart punch that I've used for a bunch of different projects. This is actually a single hole punch that was just given to me at some point. And this is actually from an entire system. This punches out 1-inch circles, and you're supposed to put the stickers, the little bubble stickers on them to make various inserts and whatnot. And I used to do that more. So used to use this quite a bit. But I haven't actually used it in a while, but I have a perfectly, is this 1 inch? It might be 1/2 inch. No, it's 1 inch. This perfectly 1-inch circle. Just noticed I was showing you my feet. Ew. This is like perfect 1-inch circle punch. And there's my, I bought a crap ton of like Cricut markers, and have only used them a few times. I got, because I love the freaking glitter gel pens. Of course I have the glitter gel pens, but I also got like one of the like jewel tone sets of just regular markers. And those are all in here. But I want to get like a little pencil box or something to put them in, that will, in theory, hopefully go down in this drawer as well. Just because I don't really like them like rolling around like that. You see how I try to I have them like as pinned in as I can get them, because I don't like when there's just stuff rolling all over the bottom of a drawer. It doesn't feel organized to me at all. But yeah, that is everything.
Okay, and that is it for this edition of craft touring my home. Hopefully, my hope is always with this to inspire people to organize their own small spaces, or big spaces even. I just happen to have a small space at the moment. So my hope is always that like this can be helpful to someone out there to get an idea of something and not feel hopeless and like there's no way I can organize this stuff. There is. You can. Hopefully this has helped. Feel free to ask me questions about organizing in the comments if you have burning things you need to know, or point out something that I could be doing different. Goodness knows, I'm not perfect. Help me out, yo! But consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you treasures next time.